Hey you guys, today I'm here to do the R&B Divas LA reunion part one, season three. It was draining. It was so draining and irritating that it was not even funny. Little Mo and Stacy is the biggest fucking haters, the pettiest bitches. Like, oh my god, Wendy Williams was the host. But it felt I don't know if it was just me or what, but Wendy seemed like she was on Stacy and Lil Mo them side, and it was just like it was one sided to me. Like I wasn't feeling her. Like I understand she do get the juicy questions out, she asks the juicy shit, but she was being a little messy to me, like messy as fuck, and I'll get to why I say she was messy. She introduced all the girls or whatever and all that stuff and how they look and all that kind of stuff. To me, best dress I'm gonna say is Brave to me. And worst dress is hood rat ass Lil Mo. She just looked like hood chick gone wrong. Like I didn't like it. Stacy, she got on like 7 bundles of hair in her dream girl's dress. Um, Michel'le looked it okay. Chrisette titties was out. That's all I know. Leela was looking. I didn't like her look. And I didn't like the shoulder things on Shantae. But that's why I say Brave to me looks the best. Um, they start showing the drama that happened through the season, beginning to the end, and then Brave, Wendy tells Brave, "Well, I don't know anything about you." Brave is like, "Okay, well, can I answer? Can I let you know who I am?" So she lets her know that she was the girl from Rich Girls and all that kind of stuff, and her little how she got on the show and how the producers got attracted to her by her little story. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Um, I have my notes because I don't be wanting to forget much, but I don't want to forget something. So then they start. Oh, she goes to Stacy and was like, "Well, how do you like being on the show?" And so Stacy started talking, and she gonna say, "Well, you make good for TV." And so Stacy was like, "Thank you." She was like, "I didn't say that wasn't in a good way. I didn't mean that in a good way." I fell out because I was like, "Yeah, bitch, nobody liked you. Nobody. Not the vlogs, not the people, not the celebrities. Nobody liked her." So then they start talking about the big bear trip and all this kind of stuff. And Lil Mo gonna say something about because she was asking like, did it help and stuff like that. And um, you know, Chrisette and Shantae feel like it helped, at least helped their relationship. But Lil Mo gonna say, well, it just felt like the scene we were shooting. Well, why did you go? You knew what the trip was for. And to me, I thought it was authentic. You know, I thought everybody was cool. They when they was doing the chains, I thought everybody was cool. But you can tell Lil Mo just had my thing is, bitch, if that's how you felt, that's what you should have said. You kept letting things go on like it was cool after that damn trip. Um, but you know, they talking about, oh, Lil Mo was like, there will be no more trips for me. I wouldn't go. I'm like, bitch, nobody would go. I don't know. I'm so over her and Stacy. Then Stacy was like, well, there's no honesty. There's no honesty. I wouldn't go nowhere to the bathroom to this. There's no honesty. And I'm like, girl, what have you been your honesty through this whole season? You have been talking about somebody else's relationship the whole time. So how would you know who's honest, who's being like you don't know these girls. You didn't try to get to know them. You came in there on some rah rah shit. So how would you know if they telling the truth or not? That's what I didn't get. I didn't understand. How did she know? Um, yeah, my bad. But anyway, what else happened? So Shantae was saying how Stacy makeup stuff. This the first 10 minutes was just bull. But she was talking about how she make up stuff. Stacy was like, "What did I make up? What did I make up? You always talking about general. What did I make up?" And Chris that was like, yeah, Chris that was like, "You lied about how you was getting on the show, bitch. Like that's what you lied about." And I like how Chris that was going back at Stacy because I felt like Stacy was just talking just to be heard. She was talking all over the girls. She wouldn't let the girls talk back when they had something to say. I was just like, even, little Mo and Lilo kept having to tell her to shut up a couple of times because I was like, why are you trying? When people try to overtalk you like that, that means they don't want their truth to come out. And that's what I think it was for her because when they did get to talk, it was like, bitch, you did this, bitch, you did that. And she kept getting defensive. And even Chris was like, why are you getting defensive? Like, bitch, I'm just trying to explain something. Ain't trying to come at you and you trying to jump in and talk over me. And that's what she was doing. So I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was just agreeing when Chris was like, you're rude and disrespectful. Um, so then they talked about how she was saying how she was coming on the show to come after Shantae and Michel'le. She was like, why would I do that? But I'm like, bitch, that's what you did. So I don't think Chrisette is lying because what Chrisette said, that's what you did. You came for Michel'le and you came for Chrisette. You didn't come for nobody else. And then when Brave told you, bitch, she's gonna go Baltimore, you didn't come. I mean, you said a little slick shit, but you didn't go that hard on Brave. So yeah, that's why I think Chrisette shit is true. So then they start talking, asking Stacy why is she on the show or whatever, and then they start arguing about I know what you heard about me, and Chrisette was like, well, bitch, I heard about you and all that kind of stuff, and I was sitting there like, well, I wish y'all tell it. And they were saying, tell it, this is the show that you was here for. So I'm like, okay. So then they start, Stacy started talking about the Chrisette made up the whole story with Ray J. I mean, the whole Whitney Houston story. And she say how, it was never a slap and how Whitney just came up to her and approached her on who are you because she didn't know the relationship between Ray J and Whitney. And I'm sitting there like, I don't believe that shit either. I don't care if you got slapped. Maybe you should have got slapped. But who cares about who? I wouldn't even. I don't even see Whitney saying, well, trying to check her to see the relationship between her and Ray J. Like, huh? Bitch, maybe you were trying to push up on him. That's probably why she said that. But to just ask you because you came up, girl, I don't think that's what it was. Then Chrisette was like, I just, because she was saying how she went to the blogs about her, how Chrisette went to the blogs about her. She was like, no, I didn't. I don't even get down like that and stuff like that. And then she was like, I just called the girls. I tried to warn, or called Shantae to warn her that this girl was coming on the show to come after her. But other than that, ain't nobody got time for that hoe. So Stacy was saying how they bring up the whole Kenny Lattimore situation, and Stacy was talking about how she known him for 18 years. They not best friends, but she known him 18 years. And I was rolling when Shantae was reading her like, bitch, you a lie. You ain't never been to our house. What are you talking about? Like, just because you was on labels with somebody, that don't mean you know them. You know of them, but that don't mean you know them. And I'm thinking, if you've been knowing him 18 years, you would have knew his wife. Y'all supposed to be so known. You would know his wife. And then they argued about because Chris Shantae was saying how she never bashed Kenny or whatever. She was like, yes, you did. We saw it on the show. We woo woo woo. But only thing she ever said about him was that she going through this custody thing with him, and that was like public knowledge, so I didn't understand. Um, and stuff like that. The whole gay thing, Wendy brought that up. She didn't bring that up. She was like, I'm not gonna answer that. So I don't. Stacy is a dumbass. And then when she was talking about you never been in my house, little Mo was like, nobody ever been in your house. I'm like, bitch, y'all not worthy probably to go to her house. And then my thing is, Lil Mo, wasn't you the main one last season and the season before this was like, oh, this show is real. This is this, that. But this time, everything he was like, oh, I thought we was just showing up for a shoot. I thought we was just showing up to shoot a scene. So therefore, you knew your friendships wasn't genuine. You hanging around them wasn't genuine. It was just to shoot a scene. Like you get caught up in your word. I don't get it, but okay, we'll move on from that. Whatever. Um, Bray, they showed about her introduction to the show or whatever, and Wendy asked her, "Do you think you should be on the show?" To me, that was shade to me, but she was like, "Yeah, I do think I could be on the show." I was, trying to fill the girls out because Wendy was saying how Brave, play neutral and don't really get into it, and she was just like, I was trying to be, fill the girls out. I think Wendy asked her, "Was that being fake or something?" She asked her, and I was just like, "Bitch, why would she show you all her cards when she's walking into drama?" I'm sorry. I don't know. Wendy, you don't tell everybody who you are when you off camera and who the real you are. Come on now. Like, you ain't telling nobody your husband was selling and stealing shoes. I'm just saying. So, um, and how he be cheating on you. Can we tell your story while you want to bring out everybody else's story? Then they were talking, then they were talking about Stacy or whatever. Um, they didn't know Stacy was a diva. So to me, like we all have been saying this season, that it was TV One fault for not letting them know that Stacy was going to be a diva at that dinner or whatever. They didn't know that she was going to be a part of the show. That's what they were saying. So it was production. It wasn't them being shady. That was their natural reaction to Stacy. I thought they was, not giving her a chance that day too, but when they explained, like, we didn't know that she was sitting there, we didn't know who was coming, they never let us know, so I got that part. And Lil Mo gonna say, well, the show was boring before she came anyway. Okay, maybe so, but it wasn't fucking just unnecessary drama. She brings unnecessary drama. Um, so Wendy calls out Michel'le for about her always being late, and Michel'le lets it be known that it was because her daughter go to school far, and she didn't have a car at the time. I was kind of side eyeing her, like, bitch, why you ain't got no car too? Cause this is your third season. Um, but yeah, she was talking about how Suge didn't give her a car because he was like, but your baby daddy shook. Okay, my baby daddy is somebody too, but he ain't gave me no damn car. I mean, just because that's who our baby daddy is, like, come on now. Um, but she was saying how he doesn't pay child support. He only, when it's her birthday or something like that, if he come around every 4 months, then he'll give her some money or a purse or something like that. And we know how it goes down. But this is why I always tell dudes to get a receipt or a money order when you're doing that, so that could be a form of child support. But no, y'all just taking gifts, and then the girl has proof to say you didn't pay child support. I always say that. Um, but then they brought up the whole situation about him being blind. I was rolling. I like Michel'le because she just be talking. She just be talking. That's why I like her. And her answers just be so damn real. She was just like, he wasn't blind last time I seen him. He wasn't bumping into nothing. I was asking him about that. She was like, because I had to ask him what was going on so I can explain it to my daughter before she go to school. And then she had said something about her daughter stayed with him at the time. So, um, yeah, I was just cracking up at her. That shit was so funny. But then it went to a commercial. Then it comes back, and Michel'le's not sitting there. And Wendy, I told y'all she messy as fuck. Cause this part to me, I looked at Wendy in a whole different light, and I felt like she was fucked up because Michel'le wasn't there, so they was all talking about, where she at, this is her shoes, the rock, this is her this, that, whatever. And she wasn't there. Talking about she went to the bathroom, she never came back. So Wendy starts saying, if this is her behavior pattern, if she always is erratic or whatever, they she asked them, do she do substance? Do she have a substance abuse problem? And Lil Mose couldn't wait to say yeah. Couldn't fucking wait to say yeah. This is how I couldn't be this bitch friend. Because my thing is, bitch, even if she did, let me tell you something. If I'm a person and I'm a real motherfucking friend and somebody on national TV is saying, hey, do your friend got a such? Hell no, they don't got no problem. You need to ask them, do they have a fucking problem? But for her to just throw it up and say she got a problem and she do dark liquor, she smelled dark liquor and all this bullshit, and I'm like, Mo, what do? Because you pregnant, you act like you don't do nothing. Okay, that bitch act like she be popping pills and all kind of bullshit. I'm just saying. Um, but I thought that was real fucked up. And then when Michel'le was coming back to the stage, Wendy was like trying to quiet them down so they wouldn't keep talking about her. And I'm like, bitch, you was talking about her, keep on talking about her when she get on that stage and sit there. I felt that was how she tried to shut that down was like out of line. Then she asked Michel'le, like, where you go, what happened? Michel'le was like something about, she had a problem or whatever, a medical problem, and every 50 minutes she had to change her pad. And I fell out because I was like, bitch, don't ask, because she going to say TMI. I'm like, bitch, well, don't ask no questions you don't want no answers to. Um, so then they brought us the whole legal friend situation and Teresa and how she doing now, and she says she's in good spirits, but she's still going through chemo and some of the tumors have been shrinking and stuff like that. So I thought that was really good for her friend. Then they start talking about the event, and I got mad at Wendy again because she said to Shantae, it looked like you tried to upstage them by bringing your friend. And Shantae was like, it wasn't like that. And I didn't feel it was like that. But maybe Leela, I can understand why Leela felt like that because she said she didn't know the friend was coming or whatever. But I'm quite sure production knew. Because the way Shantae was looking like this is some bullshit, I think production knew and they just didn't tell Leela or none of the other girls to try to make Shantae look bad. But I didn't feel like she was trying to upstage them or anything like that. I really didn't. Um, that shit was funny when they showed back the clips of Shantae bringing a pink elephant last year. And then Wendy asked her, was she going to have any props this year? She was like, no, because all the clowns from the circus is on the stage right here. Or whatever she said. I fell out because I was like, yeah. And then Lil Mo was like, don't even try it. Bitch, what are you going to do? I, mm, mm. Then they get on Chrisette's whole little storyline with her brother and the bipolar and the music and stuff like that. But to me, they really couldn't even talk about it because to me, Stacy kept fucking butting in all the goddamn time. But come to find out, he has a website. He's working on his song. He's not taking his medicine. Okay. Then they talked about fashion choices and they asked Brave. I think Wendy was just trying to start some shit, but Brave was just like everybody style represents who they are. Then it gets into the Michel'le and Lil Mo drama and the whole daddy situation. And Lil Michel'le still gonna stick to that situation and she was asleep, which I can understand when she explained it, but I was just like, girl. But she was saying how she thought they were gonna go eat, and then she didn't feel good or something, and then I guess she took some pills and she went to sleep, and she didn't get the message to the next day. And then she said she didn't hear from Lil Mo for 3 days later. That's because Lil Mo was too busy running around telling everybody else before she talked to you. That's why you didn't hear from her. But Lil Mo was like, well, I just learned how to forgive and get over it. And I'm like, you ain't got over it because you still harbor feelings towards her after we thought that y'all worked it out when y'all went on that last damn trip. So you still harbor some kind of feelings towards Michel'le. Um, but Michel'le was letting us know like she wasn't in a good space then, um, or whatever, but she's okay now. And they was asking her about being on drugs and all this kind of stuff, and um, she was like, "No, I've been on antidepressant pills and stuff like that." And when he was like, "Well, Lil Mo said that she smelled dark liquor," she was like, "No, I don't." She was like, "I have not drunk dark liquor in 25 years." I was like, "Oh, didn't somebody get fucking loaded?" And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Mo's supposed to be so Michel'le friend, and to throw her under the bus, I was just like, I'm done. And then, I like how Michel'le was like, stop asking them and ask me. Shit, I'm sitting right here. Why? And I was looking at that too, like, bitch, why you keep asking them like she not sitting right there? And then you keep asking Lil Mo, because Lil Mo messy than a motherfucker, so. Mm-hmm. Then they was asking, somebody asked a question, a website, I forgot what website it was, but they asked a question like the girls' most embarrassing moments. Only person who we heard was Michel'le's, and she said her most embarrassing moment was the cancer awareness situation. And I'm glad I like how Michel'le called her out her own flaws. And she called out that, and she just said that, the House of Blues was the thing, and how when all the ladies was coming in her space, she had took some medication and all of that shit, you know, contribute to her performance. And I thought that too, because I kept saying, y'all gonna do this right before she fucking go on. She was already freaking out outside, so that to show you she was already taking pain medication outside. Then you got all you womps up in her damn face, and they talked about, you know, we wasn't trying to take her off the song and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I was just like, okay, I'm glad she called out her own flaws. Then they bring up the whole Michel'le party, and Mo was talking about, well, I wasn't gonna show up, but because they was asking her why was she quiet, and she was just like, it didn't feel like a party. I just thought we were shooting a scene. I'm gonna leave it alone because she irritates. Then, you know, Chrisette was talking about the drama and all that kind of stuff, and she said how she talked to Michel'le and said, don't let nobody get to her. And they talked about the whole, she said Clive Davis party, but she meant to say the whole, you know, Kelly Price party or whatever. Lil Mo was like, don't be saying it, don't be saying names, because you know how people be typing. And I'm like, can y'all let her fucking speak? Can y'all let her clarify what she was saying? Like, whatever. But then she was saying something about she walked in and it was a confrontation, which it was. Stacy, you was all up in Michel'le's face trying to get her to talk to Mo, and that's what she walked in on. She was like, Stacy, you assumed it, and you know when you assume stuff. I'm like, you's a big ass, so how you gonna say somebody's making an ass out of themselves? Okay. So then they talked about, you know, why did you quit, Chris said, and she was like, I saw where it was going. And I said that too. I was like, Chris wasn't gonna deal with that bullshit. And Stacy was like, she just kept saying, you lied too much. You lied too much. And I'm just sitting there like, really? I don't get her lying. Like, and why would she have a reason to lie? No, bitch, you trying to make a name of yourself, and then next week she gonna fucking try to cry, and she gonna say people trying to make her look like the bad guy. And I'm like, girl. Then next week we gonna hear about Lil Mo trying to kill herself, and I'm still like, girl, I don't know. I didn't get it. Maybe y'all got it, but I thought this was some bullshit. That bitch Stacy gotta go. Lil Mo gotta go. Maybe the whole shit needs to go. I don't know. And then see if Lil Mo keep having fucking kids. Like, girl, ain't nobody gonna watch you if you get a spinoff show. Maybe if you would have got your spinoff show last year or the year before, I mean last year and the season before, then we probably would be like, yeah. But now ain't nobody gonna watch your shit at all. So don't try to get a spinoff show. Um, it would only be, I don't know. I don't think it would be good. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about this reunion. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Snapchat. I do everything by Thaghettoview, THA, not THE. And if you want me to follow you back, then let me know on the social site that you followed me on. And tell me to follow you back, and I will. Make sure you check out Ashley Miller, Much Love, Scotty from Still Standing, James Caldwell, Stayshawn Bradley. I think Cam D do this. I'm not sure, but check out her channel any damn way. Tiki44. I know she's gonna probably put up a video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.